presumptive nominee for the Democrat Party, both of whom abandoned Americans to die in a combat zone in an engagement and then lied about it. I think they're going to have to answer to that. The failed Russian reset button, you're going to have to answer to that. You're going to have to answer to the failed policy in Libya, which destabilized that country. And now it's a sanctuary for ISIS, as well as the backing that was left in the Middle East, along with the expansion of China and their building of those man-made islands and putting military fortifications on it. And when you talk about reality TV, I have to laugh because it was President Obama that was on with, I think, Bear Grylls or whatever his name, eating raw meat in Alaska.
Look, I'm not condoning that either, but he didn't have a franchise on NBC for a decade.
All right, Senator, but I want
to... Russia and China were conducting naval operations while he was on a reality TV show in Alaska.
Okay,
as
far as the endorsement is concerned, I do want to get this in here because Donald Trump has also tweeted in response to President Obama's official endorsement saying, quote, Obama just endorsed crooked Hillary. He wants 4 more years of Obama, but nobody else does. Senator, to you first, and then to Shelby.
I think that obviously President Obama at some point was going to have to come out and endorse his former Secretary of State. This endorsement to me is really only important, not necessarily to the general electorate, but to trying to unify the Democratic Party. We obviously saw today Bernie Sanders has no intention of bowing out, at least maybe not until after the D.C. primary at the absolute earliest, from what he intimated in his remarks after his presence at the White House. So, I think that Barack's endorsement, President Obama's endorsement today of Hillary Clinton is more about trying to send the signal that the Democratic Party needs to unify before it's too late.
All right, Shelby, to you.
I also think it's important that President Obama is doing this now, even though Sanders hasn't backed out of the race, because he knows he has a lot of pieces of the Democratic Party to pick up, to put back together.